Okay, back again after wiping it all clean. Back on the workbench here. We're going to put this reel back together again. Again, this is the that Schuitz reel. I'm not sure you guys can see that. Anyways, I first started with the clicker knob. Again, turned out pretty clean. Do note that the screws are different lengths, so these are the long screws, these are the short ones. These screws are extra short. That goes with the side plate here. So I'm going to put those two screws in. I'm going to start with the foot. Get a small screwdriver. Make sure the screws are facing flush. If it's not flush, then the line will catch and you pretty much have a bad day on that. I'm going to oil the screws a bit. Put in the short screws on the side plate because the side plate is thinner than the drive side. I noticed that when I was cleaning the reel, the screws are different lengths. So do keep in mind that the screws do matter on where they go. I think it's because it's such an old reel, they haven't really standardized all the parts. Or maybe it's just simply the drive side's a lot thicker, like the width is different, than the clicker side is a lot thinner. Again, just put some oil on there. Helps helps it screw in. And when you want to take it apart again in the future, you can. Okay, that's together. Next is the clicker, or the, excuse me there, the tensioner knob. Put a bit more oil on that. Okay, that's in. Next is the spool. A bit of oil and everything. This oil doesn't gum up. It's real oil, so. Okay, next is some more oil. That will help us in the next step. Okay, next is the drive side. We're going to be putting the switch lever on, or the engage lever if you want to call it that. Just like all the other pens. Just going to put that spring in. There's a hole where that spring goes into. I showed you on other reels. So that hole will line up. Oops. What you're trying to do is balance it so that basically stay balanced as you put it together. It's a bit tricky, but or you get through it eventually. And I like to put oil on all the screws, so in the future that disassembly is possible. Putting them dry you can, but the screw might corrode with moisture. There you go. You can see that working. I'm going to use a large screwdriver to tighten it up. either way. Okay, not too tight. Also, that oil drip in my hand will lubricate the side plate so it's oiled. Next is the bushing. Oil that. And so this is I'm pretty sure this reel is a 1937 because it's scratched on the side plate. Because I think they started making them around 34 possibly. I'm not really sure, or maybe earlier. Like I said, I know this is a mid 30s, maybe late. Because I was looking online and they were saying that the Penn logo is on the handle, but maybe on the later models it didn't do that. That, or just simply not looking hard enough, or that, or just maybe it polished off, I don't know. But it does look like a Penn C-Ford in my opinion. Anyways, that's pretty much that. Make sure all the oil is wiped away. Next we're going to put the pinion gear and the yoke plate together, as well as the springs. Okay, next is this plate. Okay, just like that. Next is the main drive gear. Make sure that everything is wiped down. Let's put some oil on that. So the shaft is lubricated. Oops. Okay, that's lubricated. Put some oil in the gears. Like I said, this oil doesn't really gum up, so I'm not worried about it gumming up. So I'm going to push my thumb down and basically slide this upside down. That's so that the gear won't fall out. Just like on the other pens, they have this slot where that goes, but this reel doesn't have that option. It's a direct drive. There's no anti-reverse gear on that. Like I said, I don't really know if there's any other videos out there showing this reel, so that is quite interesting to see. Because every time you Google it, you don't see any videos of this reel. Or if you do, they're very limited, or okay, make sure the half screws go on top, the springs right on, just like all the other pens.